This is Megatron. This is the glorious Megatron. And this episode of the Beast Unleashed podcast features Stephen C. Phillips, Mike Blanchard, and Michael Wilson.
Hello and welcome to the world's first ever Beast Wars Beast Machines review podcast. This is the Beast Unleashed podcast brought to you by the Geekcast Radio Network. I am your host, TF2 and Mike, and I am joined once again by Steve Megatron. Hello. What?
Hello.
I was going to say, now all of a sudden when we start the recording you start breaking up. That's just great. Fucking Skype. And Pecan Court Michael. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Today we'll be covering 3 more episodes of Beast Wars Season 1. So, Michael, what have you been up to? The last time we talked to you was about a week or so ago.
Not much. I actually managed to buy some Transformers, so that was kind of cool. I really wanted one of those exclusive stealth battle Ravages, and so I ran out and got the first Nest figures that I could find. And I put the stickers on the little sheet there and sent in my mail away. And with any luck, in 6 to 8 weeks, I will own one. Which is kind of annoying because if I lived in Canada, I could just pick one up off the shelf and get the stickers for free.
Oh, yes. I don't like that, the mail order Ravage. I don't know, I don't like the coloring on it.
I dig it. I like it, and I don't want to say that I would buy a bunch of Ravage repaints if they were to make them, but I probably would.
I would only buy the movie Ravage repaint if they did it in Voltron Lion colors.
Oh, kill me.
No, it would be cool.
And put merge pegs on them so you could make a big...
No merge peg. No merge pegs.
Well, I've already got, 3 repaints of the Soundwave mold.
Oh, really?
Movie Soundwave, no less. And, I don't so much like the movie line, but, it's Soundwave. Oh, you're not going to buy Soundwave?
You can buy one of them, but not 3 different ones.
At least they're significantly different. Yeah.
Well,
it's not like I own all 18 Bumblebees.
Well, yeah, but everybody has to own all 18 or 20,000 Bumblebees.
No, I've got one. That's the one that came with the Soundwave Bumblebee 2-pack that you had to buy in order to get the form to fill out to send in for the special Ravage.
I like the original one.
Who doesn't?
No, well...
It's hard not to.
I mean the original movie Ravage, but...
I thought you meant the original Soundwave.
Oh, well, yeah, the original G1 Soundwave, yeah, but no, as far as Ravage goes, as far as the mail-away...
Yeah. See, I don't know, I think I would have liked the movie Soundwave better if they had vocoded his voice.
Well, yeah, I mean,
If they had done the Cylon voice, I would have dug it better, but instead we got, Frank Welker doing Dr. Claw. It just ruined it for me.
I mean, we've gone over this and gone over it and gone over it.
Beaten that dead horse.
There's nothing that we can do about it. Right. At least Frank Welker was in the movie. At least they didn't shut him out.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice he got paid at the end of the day.
Oh, God, yeah. Steve, what have you been up to?
Between work and trying to, I don't know, just come up with more crap for the shows and collecting more things of my childhood. In fact, this weekend I get to go clean out my dad's attic some more, filter through various old things that I've had.
Sweet.
Yes. I'm excited. I don't know what's up.
How much of it's going on
Like
eBay?
digging for gold. Quite a lot of it, actually, depending on what I find.
Well, I mean, not everything can be 20-year-old Transformers, I suppose.
No, well, I mean, I don't have any of those really per se, but I do have various old like Star Trek, Batman, Ninja Turtles, various other things like that. So I'm only going to keep what actually meant something to me back in the day, and now.
Yeah, that's very cool that you even have that option, though. I mean, when I was very little, my mom would routinely sell off my toy collections. So it's like all my Star Wars put in a box, sold for like $40, and I had a huge amount of not G.I. Joe, but He-Man, huge amount of He-Man. And when I started collecting Transformers, she put it all in a box and sold it for $40. And yeah, I suppose in 1984, $40 might have been a lot of money, but to package up your childhood and sell it off for pennies on the dollar is kind of rough.
Yeah, that is kind of tough to deal with.
Yeah. So now I'm old and I hoard Transformers.
I'm just hoarding specific things from each line.
He hoards and steals Transformers.
Yes, we all know that you cut them out of boxes.
I'm going to steal yours.
You gave me half the ones I have, so I'll give you the freaking magnetic peanuts back if you want them back.
Yes, and I'll teach you how to use your Optimal Optimus.
Yeah, Steve figured out how to use Optimal Optimus's missiles.
Well, I've had 2 of them.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You pull back on that part on the back of his bat cannon. It's got like 2 knobs on it and like a little separator part. If you pull back on that, it fires the 2 missiles.
Oh, okay.
I made the fatal mistake of when I got it, couldn't figure out how to get the missiles out, and pulled on that and shot myself in the face with the missiles.
Jeez. You shoot your eye out.
I did.
That would explain the glass eye.
Yeah, that's why I have the one off of what's that movie? Last Action Hero.
Yeah, with the crosshairs.
The smiley face.
Oh, the smiley face. Yeah. That's funny.
All right. Well, I guess unless we have anything else we want to bring up, we can get into some episodes today.
Yes, excellent.
Hurry! Hold it right there! Yeah! You're messing with Maximal property, you thieving breads.
We've got a friend in there, and we won't let you turn him into a Predacon.
You won't stop us, Maximals!
They certainly shall not. Megatron, terrorize! The stasis pod is ours, Maximals, for I know your weaknesses. Yes. Let them go. They're not part of this. That's right. Just innocent creatures. So surrender yourselves and this pod, or they shall be terminated.
You win, you depraved water stinking slag.
Cultivated as always, even in defeat. Now, witness my moment of triumph as I reprogram the Protoform Maximal within the pod into a Predacon. Yes. Open the pod. What? It's empty. Where is the Maximal? right here. Tigatron, maximize!
First up in episode 3 of the Beast Unleashed podcast is Fallen Comrades. I have the trusty booklet here. If I can just find the right damn
Dun-dun-dun.
thing. One of the orbiting stasis pods jettisoned in the premiere episode falls to the planet's surface, and Megatron forces reach it first. They will reprogram the Maximal protoform within as a Predacon. Optimus Primal rockets off to the snowy northern region where the pod has crashed but is attacked and damaged by Pterosaur and Waspinator. With Primal injured, Megatron divides his team. One group will stop the Maximal search party from landing the pod, or from finding the pod, and damn it, my eyes are screwing up tonight. And then
It's all that crying.
Yeah, I know it.
Why so sad?
Shut up. While the other will launch an assault on the unmanned Axelon. I don't know if I have too many issues with this one. I think my first note comes from the beginning scene.
Which one was that?
The beginning scene where Primal and Dinobot are arguing, and then Dinobot was like, "Oh well, permit me to go first." Yeah, I thought it was kind of very noble of him at first, and then
He knew what was up.
oh yeah, I know, but I mean, at least he was looking out,
Yeah.
or I mean, at least he wasn't like trying to do his own treacherous ends.
Yeah.
So
Well, I like the way he phrased it. He's like, "You will permit me to go first." It's like, "You will do it, dick." Obviously, yeah. Then he kind of catches himself and rephrases it like, "You will let me go out before you, just to take a look around." But then he ends up getting his ass handed to him. Which, you
Usually.
know, if you're a primal, you shouldn't be defeated that easily.
true.
Send the lower beings first.
I like that. He comes up to him and says, "You'll have a glorious funeral." And Prime's like, "I'm not dead." And Dinobot says, "I'll bury you nice." And he says, "I feel happy." This is another one of those times where I'm disgusted with you all for not watching more Monty Python.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
I'm
Some of us
not
have-
this is
dead.
a
Don't
Transformers podcast, not a Monty Python podcast.
I would defy any listener to not catch this reference.
Anyway.
Besides you.
Anyways,
You don't watch.
we have. I don't remember where this came. I don't remember what scene it came in or who did it to him. But we have another Waspinator splat alert.
Yeah, he gets crushed by the rock.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Size.
That's right. When they were shooting on Primal, that's right.
Yeah, he says, "Oh, I'm in trouble now." And, but at least this time, it was more comical than him just being blasted apart by a Gatling gun.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So that was nice. But did you notice? And I don't know if this is the first, but it might have been. They use the term slag as an expletive at least 3 times.
Yeah. That's actually my note after the Waspinator splat alert was I love Rhinox's line. That was some cold hard slag or some cold slag.
That was cold slag.
Yep.
Yeah. But I guess he blew up their bridge.
Yep.
But yeah, that was the first time, and I don't think I had heard slag as an expletive before.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like Battlestar. You know, they use frack, and Farscape used a lot of those too. But I know in Transformers, eventually they had to stop using the term slag because that ended up being people's names.
No, they had to stop using it as a name.
Dinobot named shit.
Well, they had to use they couldn't use it as a character name anymore because it ended up being a curse word, like you said, not the other way around.
No, I think that they actually did quit using it.
No. They use it throughout animated all the time.
Did they?
They use it throughout all the future series.
Exactly, and the reason why it comes in the episode, the one where Wreck-Gar comes back at the end. Crap, I forget what the name of the. I know all the Transformers animated fans are screaming at their iPods of what episode it is. It's the one where Sari puts the secondary Autobot team together of Scrapper and everybody else, and Snarl is there, the Dinobot Snarl is there, and he goes, "Oh, I was going to name him Slag, but I thought it would hurt his feelings," because they directly make fun of the use of Slag throughout Transformers fandom, because it, like you said, has become a curse word.
Yeah, okay. So I'm catching on now. That's why the Slag character had to be named Snarl in animated, because you couldn't call him Slag.
Yeah.
You're Slag. I love this on the TF Wiki. It says, "It is therefore possible to build an entire sentence of this word. Slag it, the slag and the slag face, mother slag and the slaggers, slag the slaggers."
Yeah.
Which, is kind of funny. It should be one of those forbidden words from George Carlin. If you were still alive.
Cleaner than English.
That's true. Well, they have their own alphabet, so it's possible they could have their own curse words as well.
It was. I thought it was very ingenious of Dinobot and Optimus to think of a way to beat the Preds to the pod with the laser pulse idea. I thought it was very ingenious of Dinobot accessing Primal's core consciousness, because at first when he started doing that, when I first watched this episode just to watch it, I thought he was going to kill him. While he no, seriously, because if you think about it,
him while he's under.
Exactly, if you think about it, if you off him when he's under, you can then become the leader of the Maximals and take over.
That does make sense, but yeah, I mean, I liked it that he brought up the core consciousness, and I don't know if he did that because he knew that the core consciousness would be mellow. Because when Primal was awake, he was like, "Oh my God, barbecue, we gotta go right now." And, Dinobot's like, "Hey, I think we should slow down and take a look out the door and maybe peek around a bit because I'm pretty sure something's about to go down." And Primal's like, "Oh my God, barbecue, let's go now." And the only way to really calm him down would, put him in stasis and access his core consciousness. And his core consciousness is like, what would be the best way to think this through? Which he just didn't seem capable of while he was actually awake.
What would Primus do?
Oh, no.
Get the wristband. What would
Primus, no. It's funny. They actually foreshadow Transmetal 1 Optimus Primal.
Do they?
The core consciousness head is blue.
Oh. Okay. Well, then again, when they showed Megatron, he was blue too.
No, he wasn't.
Actually, no. Hold on. That was in a better Mousetrap. When they showed the computer rendering of Megatron being trapped by the.
Well, he was. Yeah, but
that was all in blue. So I just assumed that whatever they were showing in the view screen, the hologram there was always blue.
I don't know. I didn't really take a whole lot of notes for this one. I thought it was a fairly decent episode overall. This was the first episode to show a pod coming planetside since they were shit out of the ship in Beast Wars Part 1. And yes, I have another episode where I can use my best quote of this podcast so far. The pods were shit out of the ship.
Also known as poop pods.
Poopy. But the poop pods. I just got this visual in my head of the ship spiraling out of control and shitting out little pods in a circle as it goes. But I liked that, and that we finally get to see what's in the pods.
True.
And then they kind of foreshadow it by in the very beginning everyone's like, "Oh, we got a pod coming in," and the Maximals are saying, pod coming, and the the Predacons are saying, there's a pod coming, and then in the middle of nowhere you have the Snow Tiger watching the sky, and it goes...
Well, they did say in the very beginning when the ships did crash that they were comrades of theirs. We had to get, they had to jettison the pods in the very beginning of the cartoon, so it wasn't like they were never referenced, they just kind of forgot them for a little while.
Right. I don't think that they said, oh, those are people in there. I think they just said we have to jettison them before we crash. I mean, that could have been anything. But now that they are actually starting to land, and we see that there's people in there, and the people are they're kind of like newborn babies. They're in trouble, basically because if the pod cracks, they could burn out from the energon feed.
Yep.
Or the term being what is that when they get all electric-y?
Fried?
No, it's an energon.
Field buildup, stasis lock.
There you go.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay. Yeah, okay. What notes did you have for this one, Steve?
Well, I liked how Primal goes after the pod, gets his ass slagged, goes back to base, and then everybody else goes after it. And I like where the autocannons on the Axelon were going after Scorponok and Tarantulas, and they were both kind of just standing there, statue, and it was like dun dun,
Yeah.
dun dun, like Jaws, and then Scorponok starts twitching, and then it just blows him away, and then Tarantulas is like, and then he.
Yeah. If you stand
blows
very
him away,
still,
too.
they won't hit you.
Yes, it's like, if I go statue mode, I don't exist.
It was just a very funny scene because, he's sitting very, very still, and the guns don't see him. And he starts shaking because he's nervous, and the guns go, slowly I turn.
And then they go, "Ba-dum-dum-dum," and then they're gone. It was awesome. And then, at the very end where the Maximals are pretty much down and out, and then Tigertron comes out to save their ass after he gets enough intel on, between the Maximals and the Predacons and figures out where he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
It wasn't pretty obvious because there were two Snow Tigers suddenly?
Yes, I mean, well, you didn't know. I mean, it could have been its other tiger friend.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, in the first episode, you had Cheetor. When he's running, there was two tigers there, and he was the third. But, in the beginning of the episode, you've got one Snow Tiger, and then at the end of the episode, there's two Snow Tigers, and I'm like, see, there he is. But
They want you to think that's an animation error, so they're like, it's like they multiply as the episode goes on. So you see one, now you see two. Wait, there's four.
It's the Starscream syndrome.
you can tell which one is the duplicate because he has yellow legs.
What?
No, I had read on TF Wiki that the one had yellow legs. Yeah. What I liked about Tigertron is that he has Destro wrist rockets. He's like, I thought that was really cool because I didn't know that about him. I mean, it's not part of the toy.
True.
And you've never seen Cheetor use them before. And, he's essentially the same mold, different head.
True.
But it's still kind of cool.
Well, here's some technical animation glitches.
Huh.
After Optimus was shot down, his right shoulder pad is upside down. When Cheetor lowers his gun and surrender, it slides right through his leg.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't either, but I'm sure it's in there. When Scorponok shoots Dinobot off of the Axelon roof, he has his scorpion legs for nipples.
Jesus. I didn't see that either.
I didn't either. This
I'm going to
is
have
off
to
the
go
wiki.
back, yeah.
It says in several shots near the end of the episode, Tigertron's beast mode legs are yellow tan instead of white, which, yeah, you noticed that.
Yeah.
Other errors is Megatron got to the pod really fast, while the other Transformers
I noticed how he just kind of popped out from behind a rock. He's like, ta-da!
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
hello.
And now my impression
Yes.
Jesse Owens. He runs really fast.
Okay.
Instant transmission.
Yeah, that's right. You got that teleporter up and running again.
Yeah.
I really liked Blue Mankuma doing the Tigertron voice.
Mm-hmm.
He gave him a really interesting dialect.
Yeah.
Can't quite place it. I'm like, is that supposed to be like African or South African maybe?
Could be.
I don't know. But it's interesting. I mean, I've met him before. He doesn't sound very African. You know, he doesn't talk like that. So, I mean, it's something that he was doing in particular for that character.
Well, it fit the role.
Did it?
I think
don't know.
Snow Tiger. How many snow tigers do you know in Africa? I can see
don't know.
Cheetor maybe having that, you know.
no, Cheetor could not have that kind
It
of
doesn't
voice.
matter.
Tigers are from Africa. Well, unless they're Bengal tigers, and then they're from, like, India, I think. Like,
Oh,
Raj-
they're not from Cincinnati?
This one was definitely from Canada.
He's the African-Canadian snow tiger.
Eh?
Eh?
Hey.
Take off, you hoser. Oh, and my last note, and I probably should have brought this up before Blue, because I wanted Blue to be the parting note, but Steve,
Yes.
it would be very, very cool if you could say blast it all.
Blast it all.
That
That's
was-
Megatron.
That was Megatron's last word, because he kind of runs over the snow hill, and the missile, the wrist rocket, kind of follows him up and over the hill, and goes, and he goes, blast it all, which I thought was hilarious.
Blast it all.
No, you have to say it like you're being shot at.
Louder.
Oh no, you have to go back and see it again. I thought it was funny.
Oh,
It's like it's kind of like one of those things where in the God, I want to say like Tom and Jerry cartoons where Tom is running away, and they throw a baseball and it arcs way up high in the air and travels like a mile and finally hits him on top of the head and he drops dead.
And he's like,
One of
oh,
those
crap.
Yeah, it's like. You know, but here, I mean, it was over the hill. You couldn't even see it. All you saw was the explosion and Megatron screaming. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, overall, this was a funny episode. I mean, there was the scene with Dinobot, you know, saying, "Your funeral will be glorious," and Optimus Primal's like, "I'm not dead," you know, and Waspinator getting splatted. The auto weapon scene was hilarious. I mean, the comic timing there was perfect. Yeah, and then and then Slag. I mean, if you find potty humor funny, then this, you know, that's great. And then there's you know, at the very end, you've got something closely akin to Team Rocket, but it was, you know, Rocket soaring over the hill and smashing.
Are you going to reference Team Rocket every single time we see?
episode.
Oh God, kill
Here's
me
to-
now!
As if you couldn't tell,
Blasting off again.
as if you couldn't tell, that's his favorite show.
It might be.
Yikes.
Does Pokemon count as anime?
Yes,
'Cause
Yes.
I think as far as anime goes, it might be one of my favorites.
no, it is
There
anime
with-
because
There
Kel.
with like
Sorry,
Full Metal
National
Alchemist
Stick
and Gunslinger Girl. Right?
Oh, it is anime because Kellen Scrivens over at Animazing Podcast reviewed it or he talked about it in his 25th episode where they listed like the top 25 best animes ever according to him and his friends. So, but yes, Pokemon is considered anime just like Yu-Gi-Oh is considered anime.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'll buy that. Yeah.
All right, so I guess we are going to move on. Unless Steve, did you have anything else you wanted to say?
I also noticed this on the wiki, which I basically already said, but it's apparently you can avoid being shot by a maximal autoguns if you stand perfectly still. Try not to get nervous so that you shake uncontrollably. And Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so it's kind of like Tyrannosaurus Rex in Jurassic Park. If you're very still, they can't see you.
And on that note, we are going to move on to the next episode.
Oh, my aching head. Now, I will terminate the traitor myself.
No! Allow me to congratulate him. Well done, Rat Trap. You have the chip.
It's a Maximal decoder. They must have recovered it from a wreckage crash.
No wonder they hacked our communications. They were using our decoder.
You mean his capture, his betrayal, were all a setup?
Why didn't you tell us? We had to keep it a secret, to keep his cover safe. Especially during the battle, although you didn't need to make it that believable.
Hey, what can I say? I was trying to miss.
Up next is Double Jeopardy. Dinobot and Optimus Primal fail to secure a new stasis pod that has fallen out of orbit. Waspinator brings it back to Predacon headquarters, and Tarantulas alters the protoform within. The new Predacon spider announces herself as Black Arachnia. Back at the Maximal base, Optimus Primal is unsure of Rat Trap's loyalty, and as a test sends the rodent on a mission to the dark side. But when Rat Trap signals back, he is attacked by Pterosaur. In exchange for his life, Rat Trap swears loyalty to the Predacons. I will be bringing this up now, and I'll also be bringing it up in our I'll wait until I bring it up in the last episode, because that's where it actually takes effect. As I said in the little synopsis there, I'm going to try to get in every note for every episode when we have a new character introduced. We have Black Arachnia's first appearance in this one. I don't really like her regular Beast Wars Spider mode or her alt mode, but whatever.
It's because you're an arachnophobe.
Well,
I don't like spiders.
Her alts and her robot mode get better over time, I think. But of course, Tarantulas always has ulterior motives.
Right. They bring that up, but I'm not sure how much play that gets later on.
Well, it doesn't get much play later on in this episode, but I mean, Megatron pretty much calls him out on it, and all he does is do a little snicker laugh that he does.
He's like, "You're no fool. You know what's up.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch me closely now."
Another note I had was, Rat Trap is thought a spy. Yeah, right. I saw that plot device coming.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious. I mean, it wasn't very Prime-like for him to send Rat Trap on a suicide mission to begin with. So right there's a tip-off.
Well, it's not even obvious then. It's obvious when he says, "I need to see you in private," and then all we see is the two of them talking off mic or off camera. We see the two of them talking, but we can't hear anything. So it's kind of like, yeah, we know, because I mean that plot device is old as hell. Make it a setup for everybody else to look at somebody as the bad guy, but really you're sending them out on, a super secret mission. I mean, shit like that happens all the time in TV and movies and everything else. So,
Yeah, no, it was clearly a setup.
Yes. Good lord, Pterosaur takeover episodes are waning on me already. It's G1 Starscream all over again. I'm so sick. We're only, this is 5 episodes into the show, or 5 episodes into the cartoon. I'm already sick of fucking Pterosaur. I cannot fucking stand this more.
I think this was 8.
Yeah.
Okay, well, 8.
I like the way he did it, though. He's like, "I present you, my Lieutenant Rat Trap!" And he's kind of like, "Hello?" He's in the cage kind of giving a little...
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, the Rat Trap stuff was hilarious, but...
Yeah.
Just sick of fucking Pterosaur already. I wish Megatron would fucking kill him.
I wish you would too. But Pterosaur gets his just desserts later.
Yes, I know he does later, but I wish it would fucking happen now already.
He doesn't actually make it to, season 3?
No, he doesn't make it
No,
past season...
he makes it to episode 1 of season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like the first 2 minutes.
Yes.
And he's a crispy critter.
Yes.
Oh, giving it away. Sorry.
Well, I don't really.
Most people watch this.
I mean, honestly, unless it's something that came out this week, fuck spoilers. This show has been over for over 10 years now. If people haven't seen it, there's something wrong with them.
Well, I mean, again, I kind of like returning to it wide-eyed and saying, ooh,
Okay, well,
as if I've never seen it. I have seen it before. It's
present
been a while.
company excluded, but for everybody else, we don't do spoilers.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we don't. We spoil the hell out of shit, but we don't say, "Ooh, spoiler, it's coming." But
I liked when Rat Trap took out Megatron.
Yep, that was funny as hell.
Megatron says, "Don't tase me, bro." Ride the lightning, bitch.
I like when both of them are in prison and they're sitting there talking to each other, and Megatron's like,
A wise tyrant always designs his prisons for his own personal escape.
And he flies off.
Michael, did you see my Skype image for my logo or whatever the hell it is that people see?
The Megatron one?
Yes, that is the artwork because Toothless Spitting Megatron was my next one of my notes because that was just funny as hell when Dinobot just knocked him right in the jaw and knocked his tooth out.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there was some pretty nice fight scenes toward the end. I liked the fight scene a lot between Cheetor and Black Arachnia. I mean, Cheetor's shooting like a stormtrooper and manages to take out all of Black Arachnia's spider legs.
and then Black Arachne just sticks her leg out. And,
she
runs right into it.
She pulls. But no, go ahead.
Well, that's one thing I noticed in this batch of 3 that we're doing today. You guys said, or I think Michael, you said in episode 2 that the shooting has gotten better. I think in this one, in all 3 of these episodes, it's gotten way worse. I mean,
this one, yeah.
Outside of Cheetor shooting her legs off, they couldn't hit Waspinator and Pterosaur to save Dinobot in the last episode. He couldn't hit them to save his life.
But Autogun's good.
Well, but that's because it was point-blank range.
Yeah, well, that was point-blank range, yeah. But, I mean, anytime you have an aerial target, they just can't seem to shoot at all. Unless you're Waspinator. And he got completely fragged again with the Gatling gun.
You stole it, damn you. I was going to say...
Oh, sorry. Because it's like, before the first time they do it, they completely frag him. And he's like, oh, God, I'm dying. Oh, fuck. And he's dead. And then the last episode, it's cute, it's comical. He's like, oh, no, I'm in trouble. And the rock falls on him. And they kind of they blew up the rock, and he's kind of flat and going, I'm flat, Cute, comical. And this time, they break out the Gatling gun again.
I love the Gatling gun. I just love it. Waspinator Splat Alert, again, by Rhinox's Gatling gun. That is just so fucking hilarious.
Yeah. It wasn't like Pterosaur. He lost a head.
Well, Pterosaur is always losing his head. I mean, hell, we said in the last episode of the show that Pterosaur is pretty much the Looney Tunes version of anybody in this entire show because he gets the most colored change animation.
Megatron likes to bite his head with his beast head.
But I mean, he's literally got his head tucked under his arm there. I was like, what happened to your head? Yeah, exactly. How can you carry your head around? But he was ahead of his time.
God.
He should have stopped while he was ahead.
Okay, we can stop with the Austin Powers puns. Thank you very much, Austin Powers.
I love that.
He was a head case.
Steve, what do you have for this episode?
Who doesn't want a little head?
Wow. Anyways.
Can't touch this. No. Don't.
Alright, anyways. It was kind of cool seeing Rat Trap sitting there mocking throughout with the animation as Pterosaur is sitting there gloating, off and on through the episode. Tarantulas, as usual, is suspicious that the rat has to go spy on him, especially since Rat Trap triggered his web that little tiny rat was showing Rat Trap the way around, rat trap and it actually saved the little rat inadvertently.
Inadvertently. Well, that's what I was surprised is I don't want to say the last episode, but Cheetor, when he was teleported in there, he basically just ran right through the air ducts and got out that way. And I'm thinking, why the hell wouldn't they trap the air ducts? And then lo and behold,
why would they need them?
Why would they need? Yeah, exactly. Why do they need air ducts? They don't breathe.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, why the hell would they have that? And why the hell would they have little tiny rats roaming around?
They're there for rats. That's what the air ducts are there for rat transportation.
That makes sense. It's their expressway.
Yeah.
And I actually read this off the wiki. The maximal chip labeled on the stasis pod is written in the Cybertronics font, and it says "Caution, very hot."
He didn't seem to read it or care. He just picked it right out and pocketed it.
Well, yeah. Well, apparently he knew that because he's like, I wonder what a sexy spider would look like. Because
he said what?
That's what Tarantulas thought. That's why he says in one of his quotes in the episode was, "Oh, be still, my spinnerets."
Oh, his spinnerets.
And then he kind of chuckles and like shakes his 8 legs. But
if you're lucky enough to find a protoform just lying around somewhere, I think that I would reformat it to be the female version of whatever the hell I was. So, I mean, if I was a spider, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to reformat this one to be a female spider.
Yeah.
Just to get it on. I'd put on some Barry White, get some wine. Let's get it on. And she's stacked, too. They don't show her. She doesn't have a whole lot of...
Well, the funny thing is, the animators did this on purpose when they created the character. Apparently, they really wanted a well-endowed female transformer. So
yeah. She's not bad. She's just drawn that way.
She's nowhere near Jessica Rabbit. Leave her out of this.
No,
you'd rather have Black Arachnia.
Well, she didn't have a whole lot of lines in this one. I mean, they kind of introduced her, and then she beat Cheetor's ass, and that was about it. I mean, the majority of this was Rat Trap.
Well, that's because it was supposed to be a Rat Trap episode.
Right, but I mean, if you're going to introduce a character, you should give her more than 2 lines.
But we get introduced to her later on, though.
Well, a better Mousetrap, she has a couple more lines, but, I mean, that episode's more of a throwaway, I think.
Well, I don't know.
We'll get into that one next.
Yeah. What, do we have anything else we want to say about this one?
Pretty decent, way of showing more of Rat Trap's, seemingly unlimited skills in the Beast Wars.
I don't know, at first you think he's just a dick, and now he turns out he's a ninja. That happened.
He's like the Yoda of Transformers. I can do anything you can do.
Oh.
But I do it better.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, I liked the episode. I liked the way they introduced Black Arachnia. I liked that the way they followed up on the stasis pods falling out of the sky. It's like, Maximals can't have all of them, and they got the last one, so in order to even up the numbers, then Predacons get this one.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty pathetic because I just came up with how many stasis pods actually fell in the show.
How many?
13.
Really?
And they only show 3.
What are you talking about?
Only 3 fall.
No, I'm talking through the entire series.
There's more characters.
There's not all 13 fall from this.
Yeah, it's like 6 or 7. It's like half of that. It's like 6 or 7 become characters.
Because there were a lot more in the first episode when they would
shat
out of the ship.
There were 10 of those actually fell from the sky.
Ah.
You got Black Arachnia.
You got Tigatron, Air Razor, Inferno, Quick Strike, Silverbolt, the protoform that was blank that they turned into Primal. You got Rampage, you got Transmutate, the Transmetal 2 Dinobot, which was a protoform.
He was a protoform? I thought he was a rebuild.
Transmetal 2 Dinobot was a protoform that they infused with Dinobot's DNA from Sentinel and the Transmetal 2 driver.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah, so that's 10, but I mean, if 13 fell, what happened to the other 3?
Well, one of them was an empty stasis pod in the Axelon.
Oh, that's right.
And then one of them came basically out of nowhere for Black Arachnia to turn into that flying shuttle to the Ark.
Oh, well, that doesn't count because there was no protoform in there. I mean...
Well, there doesn't have to be. There was no protoform in the one that Primal flew into the alien device either. And then there's the other pod that Black Arachnia used trying to go Transmetal 2. So there's 13.
Okay.
Well, those may have just been empty pods from previous landings.
Well,
True.
3 of them. No, they blew away most of them.
Interesting. I'll have to pay better attention this time around.
You should.
And yet
Okay,
I
cookie.
won't.
All right. On that note, I think we're going to move on to the next episode.
Field dampers at 15%. Suggest transformation back to beast mode.
Have to risk it. Jets online. Maximum burn!
Unauthorized personnel detected. Perimeter shield activated.
Giga Bummer! Sentinels locked us out!
Rat Trap, come in. Rat Trap, do you read me? Slag. The shield's jamming our comlinks.
Apparently you've built a better mousetrap.
All right, the final episode today has actually got a little bit of controversy behind it, thanks to fucking Rhino. Before I go into the synopsis, the final episode that we will be talking about is actually in air date order, A Better Mousetrap. This was the 9th episode of Beast Wars, whereas on the Rhino DVD Season 1 DVD set, it says that the Probe is actually in this position. No, the Probe is episode 11. So fuck you, Rhino.
Yeah, Rhino.
And the fucked up part
Take
about
your
it is,
horn
though...
and stick.
Well, the fucked up part about it is, though, is they list A Better Mousetrap where it's supposed to be in the booklet.
Yeah.
And they list the Probe where it's supposed to be in the booklet, but on the DVD, on the Season 1 Disc 2, the Probe is first, and fuck you, Rhino. Stop saying
So it's listed one way in the book, but it's on the DVD different?
Exactly. If you look,
Okay. I was wondering where the difference was.
yeah, that's the difference. It's on the actual Season 1 Disc 2 DVD, where you have Double Jeopardy, and then from Double Jeopardy it goes to the Probe, and then from the Probe it goes to Guerrilla Warfare, and then from Guerrilla Warfare it goes to A Better Mousetrap.
I see. So if you just put the DVD in and hit play, they're not going to be in the right order.
No.
Okay, that makes sense. I was wondering what the confusion was, because I was looking at the book and saying, no, they're all in the right order. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, the only inconsistency is the whole thing with Sentinel.
Yeah. So that would make you a rhino fucker. With a really big horn.
I hope that Shout redoes these.
I keep hearing that Shout is going to do the Japanese stuff.
Yeah, and see,
I don't know if that's true or not.
I know they're thinking about it, and I was talking to some people and actually observing conversation from a fan dubbing site that I'm on.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't hear you over Blanchard's typing. I'm sorry. What was that again?
I was saying that I'm actually a member of a Transformer fan dub website that they do fan dubs of Headmasters, Master Force, Victory, all the Japanese ones.
Yeah.
And they were saying that, with Hasbro and Shout possibly going to release these, that it may make it illegal for the fandom to do fan dubs of them, technically.
Now, I thought that, the fandom had already made fan dubs over the years, and they were already out there. I didn't realize they were still making them.
Yeah, I mean, they have the Star Dubs, which are really just poor quality audio tracks.
Yeah.
Which they're talking about either porting them or trying to get back some of the original voice cast.
Right.
Anyways, that they could. And about it is that it's kind of in limbo right now. It costs a lot for them to do at this point.
Huh. See, I'm surprised because
legal
I could see a bunch of people getting on Skype like us and just watching the episode at the same time and doing the voices, maybe practicing once or twice, and it would be relatively free. I mean, there might be a little bit of startup involved as far as figuring out what the script should be and, who gets what part and maybe running through a preview once or twice. But, I mean, yeah, you could do it all on Skype, I'd assume.
Okay, a better mousetrap. We're getting off topic here.
Sorry.
A better mousetrap. Underground and near the Axilon, Black Arachnia, Pterosaur, and Waspinator are positioning a sonic weapon for a surprise attack. Unaware of this, Rhinox presents Sentinel, the new computerized Axilon defense/offense system, to his comrades within the base. But an argument between Dinobot and Rat Trap escalates into a fight, and when Dinobot accidentally impales a computer console with his sword, Sentinel malfunctions. Its next targets the Maximals. First note, kick-ass security system kicked the Maximals' ass.
What kind of security system was that again?
I don't have any idea. Defense and offense.
Was it some kind of audio vibratory physio-molecular transport device?
Something. Can you say reuse G1 plot? Then again, there's nothing original these days. Because this is the exact same plot when it comes to Black Arachnia and the two nincompoops, Pterosaur and Waspinator. This is the exact same plot the Constructicons had, that Megatron had the Constructicons do in G1, where they dug under the volcano to get into Teletran 1 to destroy it when it was in Heavy Metal War, when Optimus and Megatron were going to have their big battle.
Ah. That was kind of the first plot line. It didn't go very far, I didn't think.
Well, no, because eventually Tigerhawk shows up and spoils their fun.
Tigertron.
Tigerhawk?
What? Yeah, Tiger. Yeah, whatever. He didn't become a transgendered person just yet.
Transgendered. Technically, he is kind of transgendered.
Yeah, we'll get into that way later. That's the end
we'll
of That's the end of the season.
I like that he could smell them through the wall.
Well,
I think I smelled them through the wall.
Smells like Predacon. And the other one smells like...
It smells like...
Mind.
It's kind of spidery and yet tuna-y. I'm not really sure what that smell is. Could probably be feminine hygiene product.
What?
Never mind. God, you guys are killing me.
No,
But as I was saying...
got the joke.
Oh, what, a knock-knock joke? What?
Who's there?
Black Arachnia?
Never mind.
Black Arachnia who?
Okay, I'm lost.
Needs another pet. Alright, no, but this was kind of I want to say the B plot, almost. I mean, they start off with it, but then they kind of drop it dead. And
yeah.
They don't worry about it so much after a while because, you've got these Sentinel guns on the base and driving everybody out, and who cares that they're trying to burrow up through the floor at that point.
Well,
I actually expected them to burrow up through the floor and get their ass handed to them by the Sentinel guns.
Yeah, well, the thing about Sentinel that pisses me off.
Yeah.
Why the hell, or why the fuck, are there guns inside the fucking computer core? Give me a fucking break. You're gonna have a fucking Gatling gun or machine gun or whatever kind of blaster it is inside the fucking computer core where you could considerably destroy the fucking ship.
All you'd have to do is stand in front of the core and kind of jump out of the way at the last second, and then you're done. But what I love is the giant red button that says stop. It's It's like first I have to fight my way down to the computer core and press the giant red button.
And when you press the giant red button, it opens up for another big red button.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
And it says off.
Off. This is the button that opens the off button. I just thought that was kind of ridiculous, but as far as having guns inside the base...
No. I'm not talking inside
guys inside the base.
Right. I'm not talking about inside the base, though. I'm talking about in the computer core. It's kind of like me cracking open my PC here and putting a pistol inside there and rigging a rubber band to it to fire. Why the hell would I fucking do that?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know.
It's one of those plot devices that they didn't think out too well. They just decided, let's just make it as difficult as hell with a big red button at the end that he won't be able to quite reach.
Yeah.
And
it didn't seem all that difficult, though, because, we have Ninja Mouse.
Dun, dun, dun.
The Ninja Mouse.
You like to turn every episode into a musical, don't you?
He's the greatest. He's the greatest super ninja ever were.
Oh, God.
He's the ace. He's fantastic. Come on, you know the Danger Mouse theme song.
It's been so long since I've seen that cartoon. I won't even get to that cartoon in Tooncast. I won't even get to that cartoon in Tooncast until like the episode 70-something or other.
Danger Mouse kicked ass.
Anyway, my last note, of course, actually falls in line with some of the other episodes that we've watched on this podcast. Again, this episode shows more into the fact that Rat Trap can be smart when he wants to be.
Rat
And that's all I got. So, who wants to go next? Steve or Michael? Whoever. I don't care.
Go, Steve.
Light it out.
Yes.
I acquiesce to your expertise.
Yes, you will listen to my expertise. I will give it to you. Anyways, yes, I liked how, Ryan X is all proud of himself, finally comes up with this brand new automatic defense system that they could activate, and it's got its own, AI technology built in, and Rat Trap's like, this is lame, and has to punch it up a few notches, and then as it, take care of Dinobot. Dinobot's like, well, screw you, I'm more powerful than this damn computer, and basically
stabs
the whole program. Yeah, he stabs it, gets electrocuted, and then they're all like, it's like, danger, get out. And so Rat Trap, having been the one that tormented Dinobot, has now to fix it. And then it's kind of weird, it's got all these surfing scenes and
with surf music.
Well, and then he's got that zero efficiency that he surfs on.
It's KY.
Never seen again.
KY jelly.
They never show that again. You see the cannons, like maybe a little bit of the auto defenses laying around in the base, but you never actually see them used again on the inside.
Well, there's never any bad guys inside.
Yeah, there is. A couple times throughout the, next 3 seasons.
Well, I mean, like I said, I kind of expected, Black Arachnia's group to burrow up through the floor and, oh shit, I'm surrounded by guns. Aren't you glad you have guns inside the base?
But you gotta realize who she's dealing with to begin with. They're not the brightest bulbs in the bunch.
Especially the green one that gets splatted all the time.
Yeah.
And the red one that has this
Starscream reference.
Yeah, well, the one that likes to try and torment Megatron and eventually gets his ass handed to him by the planet.
By the planet.
It takes a planet to kill him.
You got a little hot foot there. Yeah, but, I just like that, the Black Arachnia. You didn't get to see her a whole lot. I mean, she was introduced, but she had maybe 3 lines in all in the last episode. And this time, you kind of get a little sense of her personality in the few scenes that she's in, which she really kind of puts her foot down and shows that she's I don't want to say the leader, but really the one who's really thinking things through and can kind of outwit the majority of the other ones. She's not going to outwit Megatron, and probably not Tarantulas, but The rest of them, yeah.
Well,
She's a lot smarter than the rest of them.
The Tarantulas thing will come into play, I think, later. Is it later this season, Steve, or beginning of next season?
What part of Tarantulas?
As far as being smarter than
Black Arachnia, seeing as how he had that. Sorry, Michael, I'm going to spoil it for you. Since he had that cybernetic link with her.
That's season 2.
Yeah, that's next season. But anyway,
it's like Avatar sex.
Oh God, no. We're not. No, just shut up right now. We're not talking about fucking Avatar. I'm so sick of hearing about that fucking. I am so sick of hearing about that fucking movie. That movie does not deserve to be where it is monetarily.
I'm sorry, it's the highest grossing movie of all
time. I don't care.
It's just nominated for 8 Academy
I don't care.
Awards.
This is a Transformers podcast, damn it. We're not talking about fucking Avatar.
There's giant robots in Avatar.
And there's blue people having sex. You don't see blue people having sex in a Transformers cartoon. They're even making a fucking porno out of it. When have you ever seen Transformers porn?
Anyways.
What did you think the Girl Who Loved Powerglide was?
Well, that wasn't Transformers porn because they're...
Actually, no, it was, what was the one where Sea Spray had the fish girlfriend?
Oh, God. Yeah. No,
that was blue people having sex.
Anyways,
Sentinel actually emits some of the same sounds later used in Armada for minicons.
Yeah, I hate those beeping.
And
why can't minicons just talk?
Because
they beep. They all sound like R2-D2. Did somebody think that was cute?
I guess
George Lucas didn't put the hammer down on them with a big fucking cease and desist order.
Oh, my little pegged warriors. But for the first time, both Megatron and Scorponok are completely absent.
Yep.
With the exception of Megatron appearing in the simulation for Sentinel.
True.
Yeah.
Michael, you mentioned about Black Arachnia being the smartest one out of the three. She even specifically stated she's the brains and they're the brawn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she didn't have to come out and say it. It's pretty obvious. But
well, true.
You know what I liked is toward the beginning you've got Optimus kind of tracking Waspinator to see where, see what sector he's in, but they're up there looking at him, and he says, I'm just going to fly up there and tweak him a little bit and see where he runs to. But that was funny.
Yeah,
what was funny about that was when he got up there to Waspinator, and he, poked him on the head, he was like, ding, ding, ding.
Ding.
And then he had that little smirk, and then he twinkled his fingers, and then Waspinator starts flipping out.
Yeah, he's like, "Ooh,
flies off.
This Primal." Ooh.
Well, at first he's like, "I'm the best Predacon ever, and I should be the leader." And then, oh fuck, it's the Maximal leader, and he just drops a gasket and bolts.
Well, it's funny that I don't know if this is the first time that Waspinator's done this, but if it is. This will be a recurring theme for him throughout the entire series, even in Beast Machines when he becomes Thrustinator. Because, well, it's true. Because he's always mumbling to himself that he should be in control and power. But he's so spineless that he isn't like Terrorsaur where he can, he can't assert himself to do what Terrorsaur tries to do and take over.
And more often than not, he's getting blown up.
Yep.
Or smushed flat. Or...
Because he's a pansy.
Or completely trashed by Gatling gun fire.
Oh, I love the Gatling gun fire on Waspinator. That shit's so funny. I laugh every time. I may have to go back and watch that episode just to see that scene.
We'll have to make a compilation video of all the times that Waspinator gets raised by Gatling gun fire.
Waspinator fire, yeah. Steve, what do you have for notes? Or did we start with you? Hell, I don't remember.
Yes, I was already mentioned.
Oh, okay.
I think I followed up with my last few notes, so I think we're good. Unless you had anything you wanted to close with.
No,
it was a throwaway up. There wasn't much here.
See, I don't think so, because you have the introduction of Sentinel, which will be their new defense system, which eventually gets stolen by the Predacons later on.
Yeah, but that's because they, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's later on, but I mean, I thought it was a really good episode. It wasn't like the best ever, but it wasn't like the worst episode. It's not like I know.
But it was a fun episode.
Yeah, Yeah, it was a fun episode. It's not like two of the ones that I know specifically Steve is going to have a bunch of rants about, which is The Low Road and Law of the Jungle.
I can deal with Law of the Jungle. That one doesn't bother me so much, other than their like Zen thing with Tigertron. It's the explosive diarrhea that Rhinox has with energon farts that create nuclear explosions that you're seeing from the atmosphere.
I'm all about the potty humor, so I will find this hilarious, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And he blows a big one on Megatron right in his face.
So wrong.
Okay.
That's right. It's like, what was the Mighty Mug Shockwave? He's got the ass cannon.
Yeah.
I had energon beans for lunch. Brewing one up for you right here.
Yeah.
Rockets away.
That's right, Team Rocket.
Okay, as of right now, we are only at episode 3 of the Beast Unleashed podcast. You are forbidden from bringing up fucking Team Rocket through the rest of the... You are fucking forbidden to do so.
I'm going to bring it up every time. Even if it isn't... At the end of an episode, if I haven't brought it up yet, I'm going to bring it up.
Oh, jeez.
You got to give every listener a nickel, then.
Nickel, hell, he gives us $500 every time he says it.
And then I'll be out 50 cents.
Because you're paying in Cybertronian credits.
Okay. We will be right back with the closing. This is the quote of episode 3.
That was some cold slag.
You are listening to the Beast Unleashed podcast.
Thank you for joining us here on the Beast Unleashed podcast. There are several ways to get in contact with us to leave feedback for the show. The first is you can visit www.geekcastradio.com, find all the other podcasts there. The second is you can stop by PredaconEmpire.com/Nexus. Those are our forums. And the third is you can leave the show feedback in iTunes. We now have a voicemail line. Call us and leave us your thoughts on each episode. Be sure to say what show you're leaving the message for and your name. The number is 502-526-5821. We are on Twitter. The show name there is Beast Unleashed. Mine is TFG1 Mike. Steve, what is your Twitter?
SCP-21.
And Michael?
Pecan CT Michael.
Okay. We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Beast Unleashed podcast. Join us next time. We'll be reviewing 3 more episodes from Beast Wars Season 1. Those being Guerrilla Warfare, The Probe, where it's actually supposed to be, and Victory. For now, I am TFG1 Mike with
Steve Megatron Phillips.
And Michael Wilson.
And Megatron closed the show.
Oh, excellent, yes. And listen to another exciting episode of the Beast Unleashed podcast.
This is Megatron, and you're listening to the Beast Unleashed podcast. Oh, yes.